4:55. So if you've ever had a question about Italian wines and what to pair them with, our next guests, they are certainly the experts.
These are the guys right here. Here they are, Gary Grunner along with Bob Lipinski. They join us on CT Style with the release of the second edition of their book, Italian Wine Notes. And you guys have the very first edition, more like little notes
this
right here.
This was your diary. Cool. This is incredible.
This was interesting. Bob and I go back a long time. We work together. We used to teach classes and do lectures and write all types of education material for salespeople and in our industry. And what happened was back then there was no internet. There was no internet. There was no computer. So I used to write
papyrus and
all that stuff. Oh yeah.
On a stone,
I wish I did that.
Hieroglyphics.
So this was the diary. This was the old. I would do journals and journals and journals, and then we would do classes, and Bob and I would talk about what's right, what's wrong, and
it's like an old family recipe book almost. It's the same thing.
Now we all can read it.
This is lock and key.
Sure,
this doesn't exist.
It's like the holy grail of wine.
We were out for lunch one day, and we were going over things that we're talking about and projects, and Bob said, "Hey, why don't we just take that big mess of yours?" And let's try to put it in some type of realistic way to organize it. And I laughed because I kind of took it insulted. I thought it was kind of organized. But the cool was that's what we did.
I'll put you in order there.
So we did it, and actually we were here the first time.
Yes, I remember. I mean,
launch.
it's such a fascinating book, too.
Oh, it's been great. It was a #1 seller, and we're doing a lot of great things with it. And, it's very cool. It's easy if you're in the business, if you're not in the business, if you're an Italian wine lover, if you're traveling, if you just like going into wine stores. The cool thing is you see a section of wines out there from Prosecco, and then we have some white wines like Pinot Grigio and Soave and Gave and Arnaz, and then you go into Barbera and Amarones and, all kinds of different things because you don't want to drink the same type of Italian wines all together.
No,
so,
of course not.
And this wasn't a book where we decided to write. This was something, it was a book of passion, something we love to do. And then about 2 months ago, the phone rings, and Bob calls me up again, and he goes, "You know what's happening in Italy? They keep on changing all the laws."
So you had to update, right?
And we got to update. So
gotta go back. So
what can we see in the second edition, Bob?
Yeah, with all the changes, there was so many changes with the Italian wine laws every year. Couple that with the changes in the EU or the European Union, necessitated a second edition. Then I said to Gary, if we're going to do a second edition, let's really enlarge the book. So we added many, many more wines and many more grapes, which were not in the first edition.
Okay.
We added a ton of phonetic pronunciations. So
yeah. Now, are you Italian? Do you travel to Italy much?
Yes, I was. I'm half Italian.
Okay.
So I do speak some Italian.
Yeah. And when you drink wine, are you able to speak better Italian? Or?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Actually, the more
It's a
more
funny side effect, isn't it? I like when that happens.
So we took all that, and plus we also enlarged the section on Italian liqueurs
okay.
and the Italian brandy known as grappa. We put all that together, and the book actually is about 25 pages more than it was we started with. But one of the fascinating things about this book is it's Italian wine notes. However, we also cover meats, meaning prosciutto and mortadella and colpa.
My favorite things.
All the good stuff.
We also cover the Italian extra virgin olive oils.
Oh. And
also Italian cheese, like Parmigiano and Gorgonzola and Asiago and all those fun things.
You have a really difficult job, the two of you.
Wow.
You must really be terrible.
It's hard work, but someone's got to do it. But the cool thing is, you know what? Italy is one big winery. It's one big vineyard. There's 20 regions. Each region has different grapes and different styles of wines, different styles of food, like Bob was talking about. And one of the most important things back then for our salespeople was we needed to give them something really easy to look at each region. I'll tell even who the soccer team is, something to have some conversation. These are the wines, these are the foods, these are the grapes. These are the grapes that make up the wines. These are the wines that make up the grapes.
Online?
You go online, you can actually purchase it at Amazon.com. It's at Barnes & Nobles.
Okay.
And our new thing that was just for me, since it's now on...
It's on the Kindle.
It's on the Kindle.
Fantastic.
So,
check it out online. Gary.
This is great. I'm so excited for you both.
Cheers.
To read the second edition.
Cheers to Italian wine here on CT Style. Thank you guys so much for watching, and follow Gary at Grunner on Wine
and all
on
these
Twitter.
wines are available in Connecticut.
Cheers,
Sounds
guys.
good. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.